Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here and welcome back to my Season 4 of my Coventry City FIFA 18 career mode. So, today's episode, it's January 2nd. Yep, the transfer window is now open due to a popular request. I'm going to be going playing through pretty much the entire of the January transfer window. Not obviously in one episode. There'll be two games this episode. Be Sunderland first, and then we're playing Burnley, who currently sits second in the table. That's one hell of a clash. And then we'll move all the way to the 9th, and then we'll save the cup games for the very next episode. But anyway, it is January. Obviously, want to improve the squad somehow, some way. Unfortunately, bad news is I don't really have a lot of money to spend. I've only got 1.42 million in the budget, nothing in wages at all, and I've got contracts I'm going to have to try and renew. So basically, this window, I'm not looking for players to really make some sort of an impact. Primarily in the attacking central midfield. Connolly's not really doing the job. And maybe as a striker as well. I'm keeping my ear to the ground. Obviously, my scout's doing a somewhat decent job finding players. This guy looks actually pretty promising, doesn't he? Might be worth a look, isn't he? But anyway, first and foremost, we take on Sunderland today, who are currently 6th place in the table. Take a look at that league table actually before we start the game. We're first. Obviously, we're first by 7 points clear of Burnley, and then Norwich, who just we beat actually a couple of weeks ago. They are third with 43 points. Unfortunately, though, we did most recently lose to Charlton. That was a bit of a terrible result. 1-0, dominated the game. They scored on a counter attack. But yeah, let's take a look at the table. As you can see, we're doing pretty well. Doing pretty damn well going into January. So let's just try and keep that momentum going forward. So here we go, we're playing at the Stadium Lights. Obviously today's this lineup's going to look like this. No real surprises at all. Hall in goal, Mausich left back, Grimmer at right back with Willis constantly through the middle. Cannon, Stevenson, Meg and Connolly in midfield with Carlson and Diata leading the line. Alright, so here we go at the Stadium Lights. Obviously it's actually been a pretty happy stomping ground for us over the recent couple of seasons. We all seem to play really well here, so I'm hoping that trend will continue today. Mouse has been caught out of position here, and here's McManaman, puts it in the box, but it's well cleared by Jordan Willis. And unfortunately, you can't get him to sign a new deal, so you might have to be a player we replace next season. That's a decent save there from Reese Hall. It's a looping ball. Oh, that was a very lucky deflection. Almost fell to Crepin Diata, but unfortunately, the keeper was quick to jump off his line and gather the loose ball. Chance now for Sunderland. Great opportunity now. Through on goal. Weak effort in the end and an easy save from Reese Hall. And the ever reliable Reese Hall in goal. Still making strides. Still improving every other month or so. I think he's going to be a very, very special keeper. The ball gets looped in. Marisic as well to hold off the attacker. And we're going to be able to get this ball clear. Marisic has stayed down. That's a bad sign. We need him. So the second best left back is Sarmiento. And he's only a 62 overall. Yeah, it's bad news here. Marisic is going to have to come off. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we'll have to bring on Camacho, I suppose, to play left back today. Sarmiento, unfortunately, has not been picked for today's game. So, yeah, Camacho comes on. Big blow there. Marisic is one of our best players in the squad. Oh, tight turn. There's a chance now for Sunderland. They made their way in the box. It loops. Oh, I thought that's going to loop over Reese Hall for half a second there. Deflection goes behind, though, for a corner kick. Gotta get this ball clear. There you go, great header there, the near post there from Stevenson, and Diata's on his bike here. All the pace in the world, but obviously no strength. Here's a Sora now, he's through on goal. Again, taking on Consa this time. Consa gets a touch, pushes him wide. And that's a terrible finish again from the Sora. He's missed a couple of chances so far today. Not had a great game for Sunderland, but they are knocking on the door. It's a little bit concerning. And Stevenson now looking to work a very rare opportunity for us today. There's Grimmer, great ball in the box. Carlson's free of his man. Oh, great save from the goalkeeper. Wonderful ball there from Jack Grimmer. And Carlson was very, very unlucky not to find in the back of the net. Now, we got to be careful, though, because here's Sunderland on the break. There's Camacho, who does it very, very well to deal with that. Camacho's contract is also up in the summer, as well as Jack Grimmer. And I'm yet to agree to terms with either of those players. So it's a little bit... the problem at right back. Look if though, we got a young player named Freddie Frey. He might come into the side towards the end of the season if one of these guys decide they don't want to play for me anymore. But anyway, going into the break, not playing that well, not creating opportunities. Only one we had so far was that last one from Carlson in the end. I'm going to keep the same side out there because it is our strongest side. However, I'm aware we do have a game against Burnley. Probably more importantly, just a few days from now. So I might start to ring in the changes a little earlier than usual. Stevenson again now. He's got Diato looking for the through ball. He finds him. There's Data. Stands it up at the back post, but he wouldn't have counted anyway. Unfortunately, he was offside, but it looks like Diata's actually injured here. Or maybe that was a penalty. Was the ref given a penalty here? That was a very late challenge, and it was. It comes down as a penalty. Did not expect that. Alright, so here's Connolly, who's not been on great form. And by the way, McNair got a red card for that challenge. Didn't think it was that bad, to be honest with you. Oh, and Connolly's missed it. He's fluffed it. Oh, you fucking Irish donkey. Oh, there's Diata now through on goal. Oh, great save again from the keeper. Oh, if it wasn't for the Sunderland keeper today, it should have been at least 2-0 by now. Stevenson. Across the ball in the box. That's a great looking ball. Carlson almost got on the end of it. And again, the keeper does really well. Come off his line to collect the loose ball. Alright, going to make some changes here. 72 minutes on the clock. I don't know how we're not winning this game, honestly. Poor finishing, I guess you can attribute to that. So I'm going to bring a couple of changes on just to freshen some legs up. Make sure players are fit for the next game. Dominguez. Actually, I can't anymore because Camacho, I forgot about that. So Goldberg and Pacelli come onto the field. And we got about 18 minutes now to try and win the game if we possibly can. We should be winning in the first place. It shouldn't be a problem. Oh, there's a chance for Sunderland now. Oh, it's a great challenge from Conser. Gets in there. That's a good looking ball. That's a decent header. This goes narrowly over the bar. So, here we go. We've got 8 minutes left to go. Subs are on. Let's see if we can snatch a late win. Let's see if Poncelli can come to the rescue again. Obviously, in the last episode, he saved us. So, let's see if we can do it again for us. Of course, we got something scoring first. He's got well to get in the box there. Lays it back across. Oh, it's a great chance. And it's 1-0 to Sunderland. Late on here, we're down to 10 men. Sunderland have taken the lead. Absolutely atrocious defending there. Honestly, I saw it coming. If I wasn't going to be honest with you, I absolutely saw this coming. We missed too many chances. You know, it's just... We missed too many chances. They're going to score because we're not that good at defending. Shit hide. So, 3 minutes now is try and win the ball back first. And then let's see if we can stage some kind of useful attack. Alright, 2 minutes added on time here. Resour's going to boot this ball forward with the hope of winning the first ball and the second ball to keep the attack alive. We can't even win the first one, and there's the final whistle. 1-0 defeat at Sunderland, despite being down to 10 men. Despite having a penalty, we can't beat Sunderland. So that's disappointing to say. Poor performance there. Connolly obviously let us down big today from the penalty spot. I mean, it wasn't a great penalty by myself, I'll admit that, but still, good save from their keeper. I'll give him credit there where credit's due. But poor display, really poor stuff. So, let's have to move on to the next game, I suppose. But next one up is Burnley. That's going to be tough. And unfortunately, we got some bad news to land on top of that defeat. And Mouse is going to be out now 8 weeks with a dislocated shoulder. That's a bad injury. So, he's going to be out pretty much from January and February now, which is pretty disappointing to say the least. He's a very, very important player for us. On the other hand, the other news too, Burnley looks like they won their last game, so they're only 4 points behind us now. They're now in the gap. So this game coming up next is going to be extremely, extremely, extremely important. All right, and I got an offer actually for a reserve player, Yannick Schinkel. I definitely accept that offer. He's just not a very good player. So we'll move him on, and then we'll go into today's game now up against Burnley. So we'll have to make a change at the back. Obviously, Mausich out now for 8 weeks. Sarmento is going to come in his spot. Chance for him to shine. He's been whinging about not playing, so this is his chance to do well for us today. I'm going to play Frey at left, right back as well. Again, some of these players are so tired. I'm tempted to go 4-3-3, actually. We don't have strikers, though, do we? You know what? Let's do something crazy in here today. I'm going to put Jody Jones as... I don't know. Tempted to change formation. Do something like that. Yeah, we'll do something like that. And then what we could do is put Wilson at left midfield. We're going to have Jody Jones at right midfield. It's Stevenson... kind of Stevenson and... I don't know. Let's do There's Mega. How fit is Mega? He's probably not good to go either, is he? Yeah, not particularly. Can't play today, so we might just have to do Stevenson and Cannon. Instead of Stevenson, we'll do Goulburn. Who's gonna play up top? I think Diarta up top works-ish. And then Carlson, we'll start Dominguez in the hole, because he's done well every time he's played there. So a little bit more defensive lineup, but I'm kind of predicting it's going to be a bit of a rough game today, just because players are tired, and not to mention we're not in good form. Two defeats in a row now. I've got to correct that. Alright, so this is going to be a lineup for today's game. You saw Reesall, Sarmiento, Frey, Conso, Willis, Goulburn, Cannon. Wilson comes back into the side. And then Jody Jones, right midfield. Dominguez plays in the hole, right next to Diarta. And here we are, live from Turf Moor. Obviously, top of the table clash, first versus second. And we get a chance to go 7 points clear again. Obviously, we are playing a bit more of a defensive lineup today. We put some wingers out there. And this allows the fullbacks to really concentrate on defending, considering that both of them aren't really the strongest in the world. In fact, here's an early chance from a wide position. Ball's put in, and lucky to get away with that one. Here's Wilson now returning to the side. He's not in a good season. I expected big things from this man. Does well there, though. Good cross in the box. That's beautiful ball. But unfortunately, Jody Jones was the one running onto it, and he's not the best in the air, Jody. But still, fantastic running cross there from Wilson. Promising stuff. Here's Dominguez now running the heart of the fence. Not got a lot of pace, but he's done very well here. Dominguez gets his shot off. Ooh. Good strike there from Dominguez. And good save there from the keeper as well, Tom Heaton. Alright, let's see if we can pick someone out from the corner kick. He's looking at back pass to Goulburn. I think he's like 5'0". So that never really was going to work. Alright, here's Bojan Baston, former Swansea striker. Trying to set up the attack now for Burnley. Here's Jack Cork, the most adventurous midfielder in the world. And he gives the ball away to Conser. There's maybe a chance for us on the break. Jody Jones lashes onto it. Now he has plenty of pace. He's got enough pace to get by this defender. I tell you that much. He's going to cut back inside. There you go, Jody Jones. Onto his right foot. Not his stronger foot. But he does pretty well with the shot and a good save in the end from the keeper. Here's Wilson now cutting inside. Got Diarta, almost found Diarta there, but now Wilson's got the ball back, and that's a great challenge there from the Burnley centre-half. Wilson was about to get through on goal there with a clear-cut chance to give us a 1-0 lead. Here's Parda now running that Sarmiento, testing the young Man City defender out. But he does well, he forces him backwards. Ball's got into the box now, chance for Burnley. What a save there from Reese Hall. Can't get the second ball, but Reese Hall will gather the loop in the ball there. We got very lucky again. Great save from Reese. Poor defensive shape there. Here's Conser now running from the back. Finds Wilson. Diarta's now running the line for him, and he finds him. Great ball there. Diarta cuts back inside. He's got no support. Support finally comes, but the ball was poor in the end. Took too long for players to get up in support there of Diarta. Kind of left very isolated. Did very well though. Good ball there from Wilson too to set him free. Here's Sarmiento now. Believe it or not, he's a left back, but he's stronger on his right foot, and that's a quenching challenge to dispossess him. But Wilson's free here. Let's see if he can pick someone out in the box. Ball's too close to the keeper there, but still half an opportunity to take the lead just before half-time. And it looks like we're going into the break 0-0, and we are in fact. So not bad. We're not playing terribly. We don't look a threat going forward, though. I will say that. Dominguez, I don't think he's working out there in the attacking central midfield role. So I'm bringing on Connolly for... I'm also going to bring on Ponticelli as well. A bit more physical presence over Diarta. And again, Diarta's legs are starting to give way anyway. So I'll bring on these two. Hopefully they can spark a little bit of creativity. But honestly, if we end up with a draw here, it may not be a bad result. That's a great ball. Ponticelli is now... He's got Connolly now through on goal. Connolly, he's cut back onto his left foot. I tried to get onto a stronger left foot there, but unfortunately defended it very well to get a foot in. Here's Wilson now. He's got someone to aim at in the box finally in Ponticelli. Never mind, that's a terrible cross with his right foot. It's good football here from Burnley now. They've worked the ball into the box, and that's a great block in the end from Goldberg, getting across and making a very important block. Now, it's days like today you really miss honestly, the likes of Tom Krause, because he can open up a game with his ability. He's still injured. I'm not quite sure when he's going to come back, to be honest. We'll put him to check on that. But today is a day I really miss the likes of Tommy Krause, who, by the way, might be leaving us on a free agent at the end of the season. That's kind of big news if you follow in the series. You know, Tom was one of the first youth intake players we had, and he's been scored some fantastic goals this season. In fact, here's maybe a chance now for Ponticelli. He's got in the box. Ponticelli! Damn, a great block in the end there. They just make a great block every single time we're about to shoot. Maybe I should shoot a little bit earlier. It's probably my fault. Oh, here's a chance now for Burnley. Pardo now has outrun Conser. He's going to get to the byline. He's going to look for the ball back. The ball gets in the box, and Willis does very, very well to win that in the air. Willis, by the way, signed a new deal. He's been with us for another 3 years. Alright, so here's Wilson. Ponticelli again. He's been dangerous since coming on. Chance now for Burnley. Oh, he just beat the keeper to the ball. And it's going out for the goal kick. Dominguez there fell half asleep. Did well in the end challenge. We'll get back and make the challenge, but Rees Hall also did very well to come off his line and put him off. But still, half a chance there for Burnley to take the lead. Here's Connolly now galloping forward. He's got Wilson on the overlap, and he can find him. He does. Wilson looks at the footballer. Connolly finds Connolly. Connolly's now through and goal. First time effort. Oh, great save from Tom Heaton. He forced to Jody Jones. Not many people to aim at. He's put the ball at the far post. There's Wilson with the header. Can't quite get there. And Ponticelli can't pick up the pieces. But the attack isn't over yet. Pressure's still on. And that was a great challenge from Van der Beek. And he's going to get the ball clear. Lovely ball there. Now Wilson's through on goal. Right, Wilson's the byline here. He's got a chance to whip the ball in. That's a great looking cross. Jody Jones almost got ahead to it. But couldn't quite get there in the end. And it's well cleared again from the Burnley defence. Here's Jody Jones. Gives the ball away cheaply. So we've got 2 minutes now left in this game. As long as there's anything stupid here, looks like it's going to end up in a 0-0 draw. In fact, here's a chance now for Burnley now late on. That's a fantastic block there from Saramento. Coming into the side there. He probably saved us 2 points there. And we can't get the ball clear quite yet. And that's a good tackle there from Freddie Frey. Also had a pretty solid game. Sorry, very solid game for us so far since coming in at right back. But 0-0. Not the greatest game in the world. Didn't create many opportunities. Better in the second half. First half was pretty atrocious. Let's be honest there. We still got to improve the squad. We really, really have to improve the squad somehow. I'm going to take a look at some of the players and see if we can bring some in. Maybe even on loan. There might be an option for us since we don't really have a lot of money to spend. But yeah, I'll have a look. Maybe we can bring in a player before the end of the episode. Alright, so we got a couple of bids in. One for goalkeeper, third choice, Jordan de Havilland. 115,000, that's fine, I'll accept that. Any piece of money coming in is good money. And we also got a scouting report. Let's see if we can find any gems in here. Scouting Ireland right now, not particularly on what player we get in. Doesn't really look like there's anyone special, does there? Yeah, low potential there, not even going to bother. We also got one for Nunez, who is currently in Brazil. Obviously a favourite hunting ground for many regions. This guy looks okay. Fabio Ribeiro. 92 overall potential. Probably bring him in. Yeah, let's bring in Fabio Ribeiro. Let's take a look at him real quick. Let's do the offer youth staff, youth players. All right, Victor. Where are you, Victor? Fabio. Alright, so centre midfielder, 46 overall, potentially 92. It's a bit of a long shot, to be honest. If you'll see what he does, though, I'll put him on training and see how he looks in a couple of weeks. We also, by the way, we did actually sign someone. We signed in Leverk on a free transfer. Attacking central midfielder. Bit of potential, a lot of promise, decent amount of pace, pretty well rounded, be honest with you, solid weak foot, can also play up front as well, so it gives us extra options up top. 6'2", big guy. Honestly, I like him. I think he's got a bit of potential. He's definitely got enough to at least challenge Connolly, because apart from Connolly, we didn't really have anyone to play in that role, especially in this system. Tom Krause, when was it? I need to look at that actually. When Tom Krause's return, and his return is going to be big for us. We need him available sooner rather than later. We need his creativity, and I kind of miss playing with wingers, so I definitely need him to come back and help out on the wing and create, I don't know, a bit of a better system, to be honest with you, because the diamond formation, it's working for me. We're top of the table, but I've noticed that I'm starting to play more and more poorly with it, so I'd like to change things when things aren't going kind of my way. But anyway, that's pretty much going to wrap up this episode. I don't think anything else is going to happen in it. Shinkol has, by the way, just been sold. So we got £275,000 now on the transfer budget. I know it's a ton of money. I try not to spend it in one place. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the episode. Who do you think I should keep? Who do you think I should sell? Let me know in the comments below. Obviously, it's going to be a long, old January window, I think. I don't think I'm going to be able to bring in many players. There's not many that I've identified that I'm interested in signing, especially wasting what very little money we have. I'm going to keep my ears to the ground, though, trying to find a couple of young players, a couple of loanies, maybe from the Premier League. That'll help us maybe get over the hump for the rest of the year. Obviously, the next episode is going to be a cup special, I suppose. We have the FA Cup against Forest Green, and then we take on Tottenham in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. So that's exciting. We have a chance to go to... we're actually playing at Wembley, of course, but we got a chance to go to the final of the League Cup, and obviously that'd be quite the achievement for Coventry City, even though we're just one division below Tottenham. But should be a good game, should be 2 good episodes, 2 good games. The first game I might play a reserve team against Forest Green, just because I'm not taking the FA Cup that seriously. But the League Cup, I'm in the semi-final, might as well give it a go. But yeah, that'll be the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, remember to leave a like on the video, and if you want to see more videos by me in the future, please hit subscribe, turn notifications on. It's been a pleasure as always. I'll see you guys in the very next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.